back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 weirdest things that have changed with my body with losing weight. The first thing right out of the gates, my cat has changed. My vagina is smaller. Let me break this down. Okay, so my cat is smaller, meaning, so at first I had a fupa, and then once I lost my fupa, then I just still had like a fat cat, if that makes sense. I'm also losing my cat. Like, my cat is smaller. So the face of your vagina gets smaller, and then like the roof of your vagina the roof of your vagina gets smaller, but the lips of your vagina, the flaps that cover the lips of your vagina, if you have a vagina like that, that remains the same. But the fat, that the skin and the fat that surrounds your vagina definitely will decrease. Like, it will get smaller. I hope I'm explaining it right, okay? You can just tell. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It wasn't like I was in the bathroom taking a mirror, like looking at my vagina. I mean, I've done that, but I mean, I wasn't really doing that while losing weight. Like, oh my god, I wonder if my vagina is getting smaller. It's just noticeable. Like, when you go get your tampons and stuff like that, I feel like I don't have to get like the biggest ones. Or when you get your pads or whatever, like I don't have to get like the biggest ones. Like, I could get regular size. So another weird thing that changes when you lose weight, which I didn't notice until I was playing roughly. So I was like play fighting with my daddy, and we go at it, okay? So I'm over here play fighting with him, and I am just taking my elbow and I am grinding it in his back, like, yes, like I'm kicking his ass or whatever. He was like, damn, your bony ass elbows. And I was like, my bony ass elbows? I ain't never had no bony elbows. So then I started looking at my elbows. I'm like, damn, they are a little more bony than normal. Another thing that's weird is like your nose will change. Now, of course, my nose is contoured, okay? But I noticed that my nose is not as big. Your nose changes. Another thing that was weird, my feet are smaller. Like, my feet are so much smaller. I have weird feet. Like, I have the feet where, because they're wide, sometimes I have to go up a size. Like, my smallest size that I can get into is an 8, 8.5. But sometimes I'll have to wear an 11 because it may be like super narrow. So my shoe size ranges anywhere between an 8 to an 11 in women's. But when I was bigger, it was just straight 11. I would have to get like 11 wide. If the shoe is narrow, I can get away with a 10 wide. I only have to wear an 11 if they don't have wide. I have very small feet considering I'm tall. Like, my feet are just weird because I don't know, they just, y'all know how I feel about my feet, okay? My feet have always been weird. But I also noticed that not only did my feet get smaller, my toes are skinnier, which I think that's kind of weird too. My hands are skinnier. My hands used to be so chubby and like fat, but now they're like skinnier. Another weird side effect, my freaking head, okay? So people keep commenting like, oh my god, your hair grew so fast, it grew so fast. And I'm like, I don't think it has. I think it's growing the same that it did the first time when I went natural. But I think because my head is smaller, my body frame is smaller, it looks like I have more hair around this time. And I feel like it's the same. So that was another thing that changed, was my freaking head and my body frame. It makes it seem like I have more hair this time, but I really don't. My wrists are so much smaller. I didn't used to be able to do this. I was never able to put my hand around my wrist like this. My wrists are so freaking small. I feel like that's another weird thing, is like your wrist gets super small. That's a good sign that you're losing weight. Another weird side effect of weight loss, another sign that you are losing a massive amount of weight, my boobs. I can make my boobs look good because, you know, I have on a bra or whatever, but honestly, my boobs are gone. Like, I'm not a top heavy girl, and I used to think I was, but I'm really not. I'm really like losing all my boobs, which I don't mind. My boobs are really not that big. Once I lose all the weight that I want to lose, I think my cup size is like a C. The biggest, maybe a D cup. I went from like a triple D to right now, I think I'm just a D cup. Sometimes I can get away with wearing a C cup. I don't know. But I think that's weird too, how dramatic you lose in your breast. So that was another sign that I had lost a mass amount of weight. Another weird side effect of weight loss is your armpits. Like, my armpits used to be so much wider, and now I feel like they're regular size. And then also, I still feel like I have it a little bit, but not as much. But I used to have like this extra layer of skin that connected to like here, from like here to here, but now it's starting to really go up and tone up a lot. So I feel like that is because I've been using those resistant bands. Like, your armpits get smaller, and I noticed that the discoloration in my armpits are starting to really go away. I feel like to completely get rid of the discoloration under my armpits, because I do have that, and it's from hair growth. I don't shave, so I know it's from hair growth, which I plan to get laser hair removal. I noticed that the discoloration has really gone down to the point where I feel more comfortable wearing like short sleeve shirts and stuff like that. When I was bigger, it wasn't my arm size that bothered me, it was the discoloration under my arms that bothered me, which caused me not to feel as confident with wearing shirts like this. Another weird side effect, my inner thighs, and then also the back of my legs. The back of my legs used to be so freaking dark. I don't know, I just had like hyperpigmentation on the back of my legs, and it just made it super dark and discolored, and I hated wearing shorts because of it. But now I feel like with weight loss, it's really gone away. Even with the discoloration in between my legs, like in between my thighs and stuff like that, have really like evened out a lot. Another side effect of weight loss, your periods. So I know I kind of made this in the beginning about body parts, but girl, this is everything. Your periods. Okay, so when I was at my highest weight, I went from 358 pounds. I didn't have a period. And then I lost my first 50 to 60 pounds, and then I had a period, but it was still like irregular. It wasn't regular. And then this is when they thought I had PCOS, but it was the weight gain, and it was the stress, and it was the depression. It was all of that was causing my body not to menstruate properly. So yeah, I went from my highest to not having periods, to losing 50-60 pounds, to having irregular periods, to losing over 100 pounds, to where I have regular periods. And now, like, ever since I started the keto diet, I've dropped like 15 pounds. I feel like my periods are so much more intense. Like, the cramps, oh my god, I be feeling like I could kill somebody just because I be in so much freaking pain. I'm gonna just go ahead and take it there, because I had this experience and I was like, I've never experienced this before. Does blood run down your leg when you on your period? Like, I've never had blood run down my leg while on my period. Like, why is it not clotting? Like, why is it just running down my leg? I'm used to clot periods, okay? Clot periods meaning like your blood clots up and there's no running blood. Girl, I'm experiencing running blood. I called my mom. I said, Mom, am I dying? She was like, no, actually that's a good sign. It means that your uterus lining is shredding and you're not clotting, which means that this is probably your first healthy period you've had in a very long time. And I'm like, this is normal? First of all, I'm OCD as it is when it comes to periods. I don't like blood. When that happened, I was freaking out. I'm like, what the hell? I think I'm like the most fertile I've ever been in my life. I think that's what that means. I did some research. When your BMI changes and then you go from being obese to being overweight to being at your like correct weight, your period is going to change a lot. And I was not expect. That was one thing that I was not really thinking about when it came to my weight loss journey. My period has changed like 4 or 5 times every time I hit a new milestone with my weight loss. I went from having no period at all to irregular to I thought which was normal, and now I'm here. I'm used to clotting. My cramps weren't as bad when it was just running down my leg. It was when it was clotting where it was just so intense. So my mom was saying how if it's not clotting, that means you're shredding and you're not cramping as much. My next weird side effects of weight loss, the comments. People saying that I'm getting too small. You know what I have to say when it comes to that? This is what I tell people all the time. I'm not going to stop, okay? First of all, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I'm trying to get as small as I possibly can. I don't care what size that is. It could be a damn 4. It could be a 6. It could be an 8. If you plan to have my kids, if you plan to push out my kids through your vagina, by all means, tell me to stop losing weight. But if you don't plan to have any of my kids, okay, I gotta have somebody's big-headed ass kids. They gotta come out of my vagina, and I gotta go through that, okay? If you plan on having my kids, by all means, tell me stop losing weight, okay? But if you're not having my damn kids, mind your business. And this is if I decide to have kids. But eventually, I'm gonna start preparing my body for childbirth, whatever that looks like. And this one girl, I know she didn't mean anything bad by it, but she was like, you're losing your hips. I'm like, girl, have you not seen the women in my family after they give birth? Them hips spread, girl, and I don't need mine to spread anymore. So if you saying I'm losing my hips, I'm doing something right. You're getting so small. You was the same ones calling me fat. So this pretty much completes this video. Comment down below what was one thing that you could relate to, or maybe it was not in this video at all. Comment down below what was a weird side effect that you had with weight loss that you really weren't expecting. Comment down below. I want to read them. Hopefully you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.
Look, boy, I love you, but you ain't the only side.